Hello, and welcome to Kilpanic's Close Games, a video replay series where the outcome is in doubt. Will our heroes prevail, or will they fall to the evil red hordes? Watch to the end to find out. My platoon and I drop in on Ruinberg South, and after the briefest of consultations, we decided to all head east to try to hold the field. Now, in a recent video, I described the clockwise nature of Ruinberg pub matches, where the teams in the north tend to go field, and the teams in the south tend to go heavy into the city. In this match, though, we've decided to do precisely the opposite. Now, why is that? First of all, we suspect that our team is unreliable, and so can't be counted on to push in the city like we hope. More importantly, though, the other team has most of their combat firepower concentrated in a high-tier platoon of skilled T-54s. Their best player, a member of the guerrillas, is probably better than any one of us, but we're betting that the three of us working together in concert can overcome his platoon. Finally, while our platoon composition is mixed, we're more or less better suited for a long-range combat than we are for a close-range brawl. Our scouts have infiltrated Delta Village on the zero line, so we lie in wait for targets of opportunity. A high volume of fire has punished the early aggression, but we can see from the minimap that we've completely lost control of the city, so we're on a pretty tight clock. If we don't do something pretty soon to affect the outcome, we're going to get rolled up on the west flank. This is one of the main risks of giving up map control to the other team. You're limited to influencing the battle in shooting directly what's in front of you. Having inflicted heavy damage on the opposition in Delta Village, we decide to group up on the zero line and think about pushing into that town. We find plenty of tanks there, though. I decide not to push because there's a risk that there's TDs looking down the zero line that will punish us for being over-aggressive. Seeing their mediums all bunched up on the red line, though, gives me an idea. It's looking like the middle of the map is held just by these two light tanks. If we can bully them out of the way, we can take the middle of the map for ourselves and start re-establishing the map control we gave away at the beginning of the game. My plan is interrupted by an enemy TD throwing himself away. I always try to take free damage when it's offered to me. I risk incoming fire to try to take out this AMX 1390. But I'm able to pick him up for free right here. And this opens up a seam right into the middle of the road. I know I'm going to take some shots trying to take this position, but it's important that I establish control along the E-row. The other team is threatening our base, and we have to get somebody back there. While I could have retreated after killing the 1390, that would have put me in the middle of a pincer, and forced me to drive into the teeth of the enemy tanks advancing from the city, while giving the mediums free rein to push up behind us in the field. By contrast, from this position I can flank to either the west or the east as circumstances allow. Unfortunately, this T-54 has moved up to pin me into position, and initially I regret my decision. By this point in the game, we're down a couple of tanks with very little map control, and this situation seems unrecoverable. On the plus side, both of my platoon mates are still alive and in fighting condition. And then I catch a break. I see this Tiger 1 driving blithely down the road, and since he's not getting shot in the back, I figure there's no one there to shoot. So using him for cover, I come out and I begin my flanking maneuver. There's no time to lose, since the enemy's camping, and there could be up to 3 on cap, since they were there en masse the last time they were on the minimap. I head for the closest spot I can think of, where I can both fight and spot enemies on cap. Timely decap buys us time, but we're still down tanks. And this T-71 decides to throw himself at me. He's reloading, so I'm not quite sure what his plan is here, but I'm able to dispatch him fairly quickly. One of my platoon mates is in deep trouble, but there's no way we can help him. We've got more pressing matters at hand. The VK-4502B is a tough nut to crack under normal circumstances, but fortunately we've got this guy in a 90-degree crossfire, so he's not going to last very long. The instant the VK is killed, I decide to head straight for the Yag Tiger. I'm aware that I'm risking isolating my last remaining platoon mate, but if I can eliminate this JT-88 in time, then we can secure one flank and fight with our backs to the wall. Now we're 3 on 2 in the endgame, and I'm still pretty healthy, as is the Tiger with me. I decide that the T-54s will try to flank, and so I head back to the middle road to cut them off. Unfortunately, my last remaining platoon mate is caught out in the open and dispatched. Now we're 2 on 2. I see one of the T-54s on my minimap at the E6 intersection, and congratulate myself on my foresight. I'm going to run head on straight into these guys. Then again, the best laid plans often go awry, and I find myself aiming at air while the T-54s have doubled back to take out the Tiger. I run pell-mell towards the fray, heading for a brawl I know I'm not comfortable fighting. I'm just a second too late to save the Tiger, and in a split decision I decide to hit the high-health T-54 to give them both something to think about. They rush their shots, and I think I'm in good shape. I'm able to line up on one of the remaining T-54s and take him out, and now it's just a one-on-one. Like I said in other games, it's just math at this point. All I have to do is round the corner, and it's an easy... whoops. Now that's a bit of a problem. He's going to get at least one shot off before I finish him off. But he whiffs, and I'm able to take the final kill. Whew, well that was exciting. As in most close games, a little luck combined with good decisions and mechanical skills helped to turn around what could have been an ugly defeat. It certainly helped that I was in a tank I felt very competent in, and had platoon mates I could rely on. The Type 61 is a mobile platform wrapped around an excellent Tier 10 gun. While not at its best in close quarters, it can hold its own with some careful driving. Just make sure to keep that gun hot. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like it, tell your friends, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Tolerating Kilpanic. Until next time, may all your crits be ammo racks.